what I've made is a while ago I was tasked with creating with reviewing our standard for how we send out our battery backups. Um, and my approach to automation has been if I have to do it once as I'm going to try and make it so I don't have to do it again. So with that, we use APCs and they support the uploading of a config file, and you can do just about everything with those config files. So what I set out to make was a form for our technicians to use when they're updating one. So the form just looks like this. All of these are optional, but we can the technician can enter their IP schemes if they have them, network node for RMM access, etc. And then when you submit the form, I'll go through the workflow here. So it'll generate an SNMP phrase randomly. We disable the standard APC password. So with that, depending on the version of the network management card that it uses, it may or may not allow that. So it also generates a random password because the default password is 3 characters, generates our password, and in here it pulls from a template of the config data. And then I encountered this problem where there wasn't a readily available way to get Roost to give me this text file. So my workaround for that was just to have Graph send a email of that config data encoded as a base 64 to the submitter of the form. So if we jump over here, I have a copy of what that email looks like. If it wants to come up, come on. Okay. And it just sends to the submitter of the form this config.ini file, along with the user credentials to be documented, the SNMP auth phrase, and the host name to enter into our RMM client. When I filled this out, I didn't actually put in a host name, but it'll be in there. If we open the config file, hold on, here we go. And the only really interesting thing in here is under the system user manager, where you can create and modify a bunch of different elements of a user. These are different across different versions. So you can see here it's creating user, modifying user. I won't go into all the details there. If anyone's interested, you could message me on Discord if you use APCs and you want to use something like this. But it saves a lot of time, or so I'm told. It usually takes about 30 minutes to configure one of these out of the box. And with this form, it takes about 5. So I've personally found it helpful, and I've been told that it's a big time savers for our team.